after a 10-hour marathon meeting. Boise City Council decided plans can move forward at Interfaith Sanctuary's new shelter right here on State Street. I'm Northwest Boise neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker with what this means for the Boise-based nonprofit.
5 hours of presentation from interfaith leaders, followed by hours of public testimony. Supporters say the new State Street shelter is desperately needed.
I've had the opportunity to tour the new facility. It is absolutely beautiful. And so the real important part of the new shelter is that it will have appropriate care for families.
Really a lot of love was shown today. And with that, we'll succeed.
But the testimony wasn't all filled with love. 7 hours in, and neighbors weighed in, worrying about how the homeless shelter would impact their neighborhood.
I think it will have a negative impact on the park and the neighborhood. The question is this the proper location for a shelter? And I don't think it is.
That the city puts in writing a definition of what in crisis means, because we have no idea what that means. And if it's going to mean people high on drugs coming into our neighborhood and being accepted into the shelter, word travels, then we're going to have how many dozens of people high on drugs coming into our neighborhood. And that's a concern.
At around midnight, City Council ultimately voted 5-1 to uphold Interfaith's conditional use permit, allowing the project to move forward with up to 205 beds and conditions to address security, operations, and neighborhood relations, such as pre-approved guest lists and 24-hour staffing. I spoke with Interfaith Sanctuary's Jody Steiger about what this decision means for their mission.
The thing that we do is we ensure that someone has a safe place to sleep at night on top of all the programming, and so that shelter piece was imperative.
And Steiger says the next steps are preparing the State Street campus to welcome guests, with beds plus space for cribs, separate wings for families and single adults, and on-site services including a medical clinic, case management, and education programs.
We're hoping to get occupancy sometime in November, which means we can start moving furnishings and all of that in. And then the goal really truly is to have our guests here home for the holidays.
Council's vote clears the way for Interfaith to move forward. The next step is how the shelter and the community will work together under the conditions that are set by the city. I'm Northwest Boise neighborhood reporter Riley Shoemaker, Idaho News 6.